Hello everybody, I'm back with the kitchen video. Like I said, there's part patriotic, part summer, and lemons and bees for now. Most of the lemons and bees will leave soon for patriotic. And I wanted to do these tours a lot quicker, but I just never got around to it. Okay, on this shelf on the top you can see there's old things and new, the Terremoto strawberry pitcher, and the old vintage pieces. On this shelf, I did put the red thermos that we got at a yard sale a few weeks ago there. I found this wonderful Whitman's Moro marshmallow tin that was buried in a cabinet. I had forgotten about it, so I got that out. I put the wonderful Orchard Rae Dunn birdhouse out to go with the vintage apple sifter. Down here's more of the Terremoto Rae Dunn, my favorite jars, the Ladybird birdhouse, which does have a ladybug on the back of it. And I put that sweet ladybug that Deb sent me in the little strawberry Terremoto bowls. And then there's some of the Rae Dunn patriotic mugs. The living room I'll probably do tomorrow. Over here on this wall, y'all remember that wonderful spice print? It's a Billy Jacobs that we got at a yard sale. And up there are my rooster pictures that I've had for a good while. I was thrilled to find that print, and I didn't even know it was a Billy Jacobs till I got home. But I had to bring out some of my vintage spice tins to go with the print. That little Rumford baking powder tin, believe it or not, John had it out in the garage and had drill bits in it. And I told him, I said, honey, put your drill bits in something else. I'd like to have that to go with the rest of my spice tins. Because that's actually one that I used the baking powder out of years ago. There's some of the bee mugs. More of the bee items. And the filters fit perfectly in the bee souffle dish. And up in this cupboard, let me open the door, I put most of the Wizard of Oz mugs. We watched Wizard of Oz every year when the kids were little and even after they had grown up. So that was a special thing for us to be able to get some of the mugs. And here are some of my favorite pieces. The vintage bee teapot, creamer, and the sugar. I just love those pieces. And there's that little Beatrice Potter bunny that I got. And her colors fit in perfect with that. I love this shelf. I love being able to stand here as I do dishes and see my favorite pieces. And up in the top, there's the lady with the girl with the water can vintage yellowware bowls, along with my collection of pie birds. Set of vintage cherry salt and pepper shakers on there. There's that bottle in the enamel holder to root flowers in. There's the flower pot I got last week. And over here I'm using the Queen Bee flower pot for the utensils. And another vintage yellowware bowl. And lemon towels right there. And some of my plants. And I did a separate video so that y'all could see everything in this patriotic cupboard. Plus you'll see it again when I do a patriotic tour later on. On the table I have those beautiful lemon cork placemats that I got. Can't remember if that was last year. I believe it was last year. In this tray I have the yellow lemonade. I have that Crown votive holder and their own one of the green depression glass cake stands. Could be a reproduction, I don't know, but I just loved it, so I didn't care. And the Buzz teapot. And in here, there's that little lemon pitcher made in Italy. There's a wonderful bee that my friend Donna gave me. Some vintage pieces. Some of the vintage green glass. There's the yellow pitcher that we got at a yard sale recently. And the sweet sugar bowl. And up there was the creamer. And there's that little old ruler that we got. Okay, right here, have my antique green scale that our son got us several years ago. There's the little brown bowl that we got. Here is one of my favorite and sweetest of vintage tins. It's an English Thorns tin. Look at the face on that little sweet curly-headed baby and that teddy bear. Is that not precious? I've not had that out for quite a few years either. And there's the Jim Shore chicken that we got earlier. Still have the green bowls. Changed things a little bit here. I put that other thermos that we got because it was kind of bee colored. One of the green bowls, and that's a vintage towel. And my friend Janet gave me this lemon apron that was part of a Christmas present, and I just love it. Still have the antique strawberry print there. I'll get back so you can see this better. There's that wonderful lemonade sign we've had for a couple years from Tuesday morning. I kept out the black rooster and just hung some beads around his neck. Love this bee tile. Well, it's actually enamel. It's supposed to be like enamel. Came from Walmart last year. There's the Sunshine Bird house. And here's that sweet Lori Mitchell with the kitties. See, I told you I was going to use it with my bees and lemons. Its colors just blends in perfectly. And here's all the spice pieces and the Rumford baking powder. And it just started pouring down rain. I mean, it's loud. I don't know whether you can hear it or not. Just started. Wasn't supposed to start quite this early. So it's getting darker in here. And there's the lemon cookies. And there's that brass cloche that I got at Home Goods. And all the yellow pieces inside the little cabinet. I kept those bunnies out because I thought they looked wonderful with the yellow. I'll get back again. More of the bee stuff, and I put the vintage amber bottles there with a clear one. There's that little chair we got at the yard sale. John painted it white for me. And I put one of those little gumball machines on there with lemons in it. And there's that little basket we got at a yard sale. And there is all the rolling pins. All the rolling pins except for one came from one single yard sale, and then I got one rolling pin last year. And I put them in that wonderful old crock. I'll show you more of that in a minute. I'll get over here so you can see this. The bee Terremoto pieces, I think, are just beautiful. Didn't change anything on the top other than putting the lemon garland. And over there's that beautiful child's chair we got at that yard sale, that toll painted one. And there's one of my wonderful old metal picnic baskets. It was perfect to put with the bee and lemon items. And of course, John had to have his yellow truck up here. And in this little tier tray are two of my marmalade, my vintage marmalade jars and vintage creamers. And there's that cute frog planter that we got. There's two of the flower frogs that we got recently. And these are some vintage trade cards, just precious. And those little stack of stools, we got those last year at a yard sale. That chair is just wonderful. Another one of the gumball machines. These bees are just so realistic. I love them. And of course I had to have one of my green Yellowware bowls. And there's that other depression glass stand. And there's that absolutely sweet, look at the face on that little Anna Lee bee. All right, I'll open these cupboards up. There's a few pieces of vintage and new pieces and Rae Dunn. I'll open the next one. There's a little cruet on the bottom right that we got at a yard sale recently. A beautiful old hanky. And then over here, there's the depression glass syrup holder. And back there's the other green cruet. And there's the old B brand McCormick's chili powder. And up there are a couple of honey pots with a bear who would just love to have some of the honey. It's getting ready to thunder now. Like I said, can you see how dark it has gotten just since we started this video? And I know you can hear the rain now. I put some of my old bowls up there on top in that jar we got last week. Another one of the wonderful boxes. And of course, Mr. Piggy has to stay out for the summertime. Just love him. And down in there is the Farm Series and my vintage cow tin and a few other old pieces. So this is all of the tour for now. I hope you have a wonderful afternoon, and I hope it's not raining where you're at so you can enjoy the start of your holiday weekend. Till the next time, bye-bye.